All right, well, good morning, everyone, or afternoon or evening, whenever you're watching this video. I'll be doing our daily prayer today, and today we are talking about gentleness. And in Galatians 5, verses 22 through 23, it says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law." And so I just want to throw this question out there. What comes to mind when you think of gentleness? I think for me, I think of spring, honestly, just in the season that we're in, the gentleness of when the flowers bloom, of when everything comes alive again. It's not very, it's not a burst of joy. It's not a burst of everything. It's that slow, uh, gentle rise of everything. And a common misconception of this gentleness is weakness or passivity. True gentleness, however, is just the opposite. It requires great strength and self-control. And gentleness, I think as most of you may know, comes from a state of humility. Therefore, someone who lacks gentleness is often prideful and easily angered or feels the need to revenge. In order to be gentle, we must not view ourselves as better than someone else. Rather than asserting superiority, someone who is gentle wants to help others, even when they have been done wrong. I know that's sometimes hard for us. An example of gentleness can be seen in John 8, when the Pharisees bring a woman who has caught in adultery to Jesus. And I love this story. It says, "Pharisees told Jesus that the law of Moses commanded them to stone such a woman. To which Jesus replied, 'Let any one of you who is without sin be first to throw a stone at her.' Everyone, of course, drops their stones because everyone, except for Jesus, has sinned. And after everyone left, Jesus did not condemn the woman and said to her, 'Go now and leave your life of sin.'" Just like how Jesus was gentle with the woman in the story, God is gentle with us. Even in our sin, he continues to love us. He does not keep record of our wrongs, but offers forgiveness if we come to him. God wants us to be gentle to others. A gentle heart comes from having love for others. This is shown in our thoughts and the way we interact with those around us. So how do we grow in our gentleness, right? I think that's a question of doing this daily prayer. How are we growing in these fruits of the spirits? And it's important to have an accurate perception of what gentleness is. And so like the story with Jesus, that is a great perception of it. It should not be seen as weakness, but rather as strength. And when we see it this way, we can begin to work toward becoming gentler. In addition, it is important to acknowledge the ways in which God is gentle with us. I mean, he's the creator of the universe. Yet he is still gentle and loving toward us despite our sinful nature. Zechariah, he claimed a prophecy saying, "See, your king comes to you gentle and riding on a donkey, and on a colt, the foal of a donkey." The King of all kings appears the most powerful figure Jerusalem has ever known, right? The King of the Jews, the King of God's people coming. And the thunderclap entrance that he chooses is gentleness, by riding on this donkey. He could have come in accompanied by 10,000 trumpeting angels, but he shows up on a donkey. And just after his entrance, he overturns the tables in the temple. I personally want to think that's gentle, but he didn't turn away the people. Then he heals all those who come to him, right? He then curses a fig tree. All these things you don't really think of gentleness, but yes, Jesus is gentle at all these times. He is gentle and humble in heart. Jesus has gentleness, both even in his cute baby face and later in his anger in the temple. Gentleness then is not relinquishing of strength. One of the examples I think of is when he's on the cross and his gentleness is just flowing throughout there. You know, he's asking God to forgive those who do not know, who do not believe. He forgives the criminal on his right because he believes that this man is the Son of God. Right? We are not to wield gentleness harshly or without purpose. And so for the rest of today, for the rest of your week, as we go through these fruits of the spirits, today, I want you to pray for gentleness. Pray for God to fill you with that ability, or give you opportunities of ways to increase that strength of gentleness. And so, have a great day and be gentle.